I've got to give Radio Mike some credit here, Podcast Mike. He's discovered something that I think would have been missed that requires Darcy to come back to the studio. Of course, our soundman come in. Darcy's reluctantly being ushered in.
Yeah, absolutely adores coming onto the podcast.
Darcy, welcome.
Thank you.
Sorry, Jack, we'll put your microphone
There we go.
Yeah, got it.
Is that it?
Can you hear?
Yep.
Darcy, welcome.
Well, we know this will be. You'll cut this out because you don't. You don't like any slack.
Thank
in
you.
your pieces.
I thought we'd buried this segment.
Really?
I think it got back out like Uma Thurman in Kill Bill. I think, much to everyone's surprise, it punched its way out of the coffin.
Let's jump into it.
You're under the microscope right now.
A powerful microscope.
We're all going to be under a microscope.
You know what? I think maybe it's time you put
Darcy.
under the microscope.
Darcy is back under the microscope. Now, there's obviously things in your personal life that I garner from your fiancée.
From Jane, yeah.
Haven't worked with her for a while, so that's to come later on in the year.
Oh, no,
But
no.
Very much a man that you like to be glanced at from a distance, don't you, Darcy?
I do,
You like,
yes.
you like
Yeah,
us
yeah.
having a picture of you from the distance. This makes you squirm, the
He
microscope.
doesn't like being on. But you were on the show because you were redacting parts that,
Yeah.
without permission,
That was the
generally
initial crime. That was the initial crime, and for that, we obviously saw it fit to punish you for over 1 year.
I think it made it was an edit for brevity and overall enjoyment for the listener.
But it was at your expense.
I
when
guess
came
it
out.
was, yes.
That's the part that made it interesting. That's why I think this one's curious.
Okay.
Podcast Mike picked up, and you've taken something out recently that was curious.
Okay.
Any ideas?
I've got no
any
idea.
Early confession?
We never
No idea what you're talking about.
But Darcy, we don't take we just don't need to take stuff out.
Yeah. That's why
We come
this
in
is-
here every week, slog away for nigh on 50 minutes, and then only to find out some of it's been sifted out.
It was in my Song Sleuth segment.
Yep.
We went back to the original recording, managed to
my
get it over
God.
the original
This is
recording. This is how it
A
sounded.
segment sleuth on Song Sleuth inside Darcy under the microscope.
This is what was
Okay.
said.
I'm curious.
We sent it to the lab. Marshy, who normally does the lab work,
I know.
he's on long service leave, so Darcy has stepped up. This is the two mashed together.
Yeah, I see now.
And this is what went to air. We sent it to the lab. This is the two mashed together. Take out a little...
Erases
Just
all.
again, brevity.
Just erasing.
Brevity.
How much time did you say?
Erasing all trace.
Again, we could probably cut this for brevity.
Darcy. He's dinging himself. Self-dinging. I mean, you just don't... I mean, you,
don't love
just
a
don't
mention,
want
do
the
you?
record. You don't want to be on the record, do you? Do you like
No,
the show?
not
Do you
really.
like it? Do you
Love the show. Love the show.
Really? From where we stand, it seems like you're trying to expunge yourself from the record.
Nah, it's just I'm well and firmly in the background.
Prefer it there.
And I prefer it there. I don't need the Redditors coming for me. I just hang back behind the curtain.
Has there been Reddit backlash? I would have thought there'd be only universal appreciation.
No, in fact, I make a habit of not checking Reddit the episodes that I'm on just in case there is.
Oh.
So I'm going to cut that part out.
Oh, okay. That's Ando on the digger.
Hey guys, some new information has come to hand, and it's time to do this.
You're under the microscope right now.
A powerful microscope.
We're all going to be under a microscope.
You know what? I think maybe it's time you put
Darcy.
under the microscope.
Darcy.
Scraping the barrel today.
No, mate. You get right there. Andy's going to slide you right under the microscope. Let's crank the magnification up to 1,000.
Darcy, of course, our audio guy here who prefers to remain completely behind the scenes, but occasionally, due to the fact that his fiancée works with me on the 100, I hear some things that I need to double check with you, Darcy, to make sure that you're not getting besmirched in another workplace.
It is so fun, isn't it? It's like when you see that stuff on like National Geographic where they're like, these are all the animals that live at the bottom of the ocean and they've never seen the light of day before.
I'm like the fish with the light on its head.
Or you just seem out of place in the studio and it's like, I don't like being here, but since you're here, let us examine you.
Let's get on with it.
Can I add something to Under the Microscope now that Darcy's in there already?
Nah.
Just as he walked in, I saw that he was chewing gum, and then as he got to the microphone, he's just put it in his hand, and I think he's just holding gum in his hand.
He is. Just holding gum. All right.
Saving it for
Das, the incident in question happened on a recent ski trip with you and your fiancée, Jane.
Yep.
Would you mind telling everybody that there was an accident, wasn't there?
Yeah. Unfortunately, 2 days in, poor visibility, just took a bit of a tumble, and we thought she had done her ACL, but it's all good. But she's still hobbling around. But yeah, she had to ski down and get ski patrol, and she went in the sled. And
severe twist.
Severe twist.
Yep.
Severe twist. Bone bruising.
And what day of the trip was this?
This was the second.
Second day. Of how many days?
5.
5. And so you obviously parked the skis and went, well...
Got the refund on the rental gear. and just
one of us did, yeah.
Okay. Here's a couple of the allegations.
Oh, this is unbelievable.
It was Darcy that suggested that we go down a difficult red run with very, very low visibility.
Yeah, correct.
Red. That's between blue and black.
Between blue and black, and she just finished the greens that day.
What?
In my defense, this is how I was brought up. Skiing was just,
Thrown in the deep end.
thrown in the deep end, and you
Gravity's your best teacher.
Yeah. And so that's what happened. Unfortunately,
You had 3 siblings. They don't exist anymore due to this harsh approach to teaching.
Yeah, no, that was, I did push.
Okay.
Hey, was this the first time Jane had skied?
Sort of second. Yeah, second. So I would say totally overall, we're talking fourth day, maybe 5th day.
In her life.
In her life, yes.
So a low visibility red run.
Definitely a step up skills-wise.
Yep.
She then says that you made her drive that night to be a designated driver.
Yeah.
You then asked her to drive you up the mountain for another 2 full days of skiing without her and pick up.
It was just at the time, it was totally fine. When you put it
Realistically.
like this, it does sound pretty cruel.
But you benefit from that because then it's a closer drop-off point.
That's the
it's
absolute
straight
dream.
at the chairlift.
Yeah, the snow. You mean to get dropped off, having a chauffeur, to get dropped off at the base of the chairlift. No parking, no shuttle bus.
Wow. Yeah. And one of them was the Remarkables, which is it was a 45-minute drive away from where we were.
Right.
Okay. So that was there. That was in the morning, pick up, drop off, and at night, pick
This is
up.
Queenstown in New Zealand, and from what I understand about, the Remarkables, once she's dropped you off, what does she get to do with her day?
She went and got an X-ray.
She got an X-ray.
So 45-minute drive off the mountain. She gets to go to hospital just in time to get the call from Darcy going, hey, just having a hot chocolate now.
We're actually a bit pooped.
I've had a wonderful time. I've been doing red runs fine.
Okay.
It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She then said she got influenza while she was there, was in bed the entire time she wasn't driving your crew.
That's not my fault. That's not my fault. Okay.
But you were still asking for lifts when she had the flu?
She was like,
It's too tempting, isn't it, to have personal
she's a good
chauffeur.
sport. She was a good
sport. Would you say that the sympathy or level of care was adequate for the level of pain and illness that she...
Well, what else do I do? What do I do? Do I cancel my ski trip?
Maybe.
Or there's
I guess that's what we're
there are other ways to get to the mountain. You don't have to get your fluey fiance out of bed.
So what do you do with a fluey fiance who can't walk?
Exactly.
Make her chicken soup and bring her cups of tea in bed. I don't know, Darcy. That's what I'd do, but what do I know? I've only been married for 12 years.
Successful marriage. Very stable.
Yeah. Okay.
She did say, though,
Yep.
in your defence, that
I mean,
you-
sorry, I can I just put in there because on my side of the fence, if I said yeah, so anyway, can you give us a lift off the mountain? If so had a sore knee and the flu, there'd be just no way.
Yeah.
So that's
Nah,
also
she's a legend. She's a legend.
Yep. She did say that you did just to make this balance, that you did offer to pay for a massage and facial
Oh, yeah, I did do that.
while
yeah.
she couldn't ski.
Yep, I did.
And did she go and do that?
No. That's
So
her.
you haven't paid.
that's on her.
That's on her.
Okay, final bit then. 'cause I know
Sorry,
we've
I've
run
just
out of
got
bit.
one more, and if I could, did you ever get off the mountain, or finish a day of skiing and get in the car and regale her with stories about how great it was?
I did withhold sending photos of her of us on the mountain. We were there with a couple of friends as well, and I did withhold sending photos of us at the ski bar at the Remarkables.
What a guy.
Sitting down. Yeah, it was a lovely photo, and I said, no, I'm not going to.
Yeah.
That's just
send that
fine.
photo.
We'll wait a few months and
Yeah.
we'll share that one.
Final one then. When you got back to Oz, you left her suitcase downstairs, but took your own upstairs.
What does he even do? What does he even do?
What is he to do?
What do I do?
Yeah, and you unpacked yours, and she washed all. And you washed all of your stuff.
Okay, I don't want to go too far into it, but when we get home, I like to unpack stuff. You would probably be the same, Andy, I reckon. Unpack everything immediately.
Yeah, I am.
and put what has to go in the washing machine, and
Yeah.
then you're done and dusted. She leaves the suitcase for 2-3 days.
Yeah, okay.
As is the normal.
I'm not waiting.
regime.
I'm not waiting for that.
Fair, Darcy, on the last count. The rest of the counts, though, guilty.
I like to leave it for a few weeks just in case another holiday gets sprung on you quickly and you need to go. I just like to have it ready. You need to quickly take 2 weeks of dirty clothes.
This one's been bad.
Mike, can you please double check that when this goes to air that the Darcy snip here doesn't snip too much out?
I can see him sharpening his knives already. All right, pop your gun back in.